Hey everyone, I hope everyone's having a excellent Sunday. I got a request to take a look at Mavia's chart, and this is the daily. As you can see, this coin looks like it debuted on February 6th of 2024, so it is a brand new coin. And as you can see, you have this giant wick that goes all the way up to almost $40 and settles at this point of control of about $3. And so that's one thing that you need to be cognizant about when these coins are released is that there's a lot of insider or venture capitalist money that is going to sell at launch. And not that this coin is bad or the project is bad, but they probably still have a lot of work to work out before they become profitable. And that's really what this kind of coin is. It's a gaming coin. I believe it's for mobile gaming. I don't know a whole lot about it, but as you can see, there's not a whole lot on the chart. So as we zoom in here, I do have the simple moving averages, and of course we do not have a 200-day on here, but we do have a 20 and we're below that, a 50, and we're also below the 100-day moving average. And that's pretty much par for the course for a coin that debuted into a consolidation period post having and ETF. So as you can see, this coin has a lot of work to do. We'll go ahead and add some chart lines here, and you can see that we really need to break out of this downward trend right here. But the good news is I think we have a good area of support here or demand. And that is in confluence with the point of control on the visible volume profile indicator. So I think, this is probably the bottom. I don't know that there's a lot of sellers left probably with this coin. I think anyone who's had anything below $3 is probably holding on for the longer term with the Bitcoin cycle bull run. So if you're okay with volatility, I wouldn't put your entire trust or your entire bank account into this. But if you want to put 1% as a bet that this will skyrocket, it's probably not a problem. So we do have, and looking at the daily, we do have an area of supply at around the $3.70, another area of resistance or supply at about $5, and then another one at about $6.70. So those are the barriers that we need to break through in order to enter a bullish trend. And so there's a lot of work that needs to be done here as far as the coin is concerned. And go ahead and put a fib chart from the top and kind of play around with it. And we got the 0.618 here all the way up at $7.60. And of course, we could have some retracements from the 0.382 and the 0.5, and there's a confluence with some of the supply zones here. So probably not very helpful on the daily, but we can go and just for fun take a look at the oscillators, and as you can see, they're doing terrible. So looking at market cipher, the money flow is very deep in the red. As you can see with the traditional oscillators, MFI, RSI, and the Stoke, the momentum is to the downside, and as you can see, price reflects that. And then look at the MACD. We did have a change in momentum on MACD, and you had some rejections of the divergence to the downside here, as it has consolidated along this point of control. So I think again, this is probably a good area to put your first percentage of your allocation here. Again, I wouldn't put your whole portfolio in here. I'd probably do no more than about 1%, 2%, depending on your risk tolerance or your information or conviction on MAVIA. And these coins can do very well. If you remember from last cycle, we had Axie Infinity, and that was heavily adopted by the Filipino community. They really got into it. I think they were also trying to make money from it, and that skyrocketed. And maybe Mavia is a coin that is like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the economics of the actual coin, or I'm sorry, the game is. If you actually earn a separate coin, I know that some of these games you actually can have the actual game token, and there's actually a monetary coin inside of the game as well that is also something that you can buy. So those are some interesting things you can think about when you're investing in the gaming sector. But for now, we're in a consolidation period. I think sellers have exhausted, and that's reflected in the trend reversal indicator, which is also the Tom DeMark indicator. So you got a 9 here that closed about $2.86, and then we had a higher low, which is a semi-good sign here. Doesn't look that great. That was actually a green candle, and that was about $3.40. So I think, just going off of the information that we have, which is not a lot, I think we're near the bottom. So taking a look at the 4-hour, you can see that we do have that larger triangle formation. And we can see if anything's picked up through the actual pattern recognition indicator. And there is a falling wedge that is identified. So we are getting close to decision point. And again, it looks like we have a node here from the visible range volume profile at about $2.90. So I would say probably $2.90 is probably your bottom. At some point, we're going to have to come to a decision point where either we lose momentum and continue to consolidate, or we break out to the top or to the bottom here. So those are some things to consider. Again, there isn't a lot of momentum that can be seen at least within market cipher. It's been within a really tight range with money flow in the negative. If we look at our traditional Stokes, money of the MFI index is at around 63, and we are again in consolidation zone with the RSI at around 48. But we do have some crossing here of the stochastic RSI. So we tried to cross, and it looks like we're potentially failing here. We could come down and maybe have another crossing to the upside, and that might be a bullish indicator. Again, we're at a point where within the pattern anyways, we need to make a decision whether we want to continue to the upside or we're going to break to the downside again. And then as far as where that price could go, well, zero. There's no other information that we can gain from the price prior to that. So something to think about. So this is probably a high risk coin. But again, within the Bitcoin cycle, we're about 50% to 30 to, depending on who you follow, between 35 and 50% through the Bitcoin bull run cycle. So I don't think all is lost with this coin. I think fundamentals are going to matter more when I'm looking at a coin with not a lot of price action because it's a brand new coin. And I'm looking actually at the team and seeing what their potential is. So that's probably a better call when looking at a brand new, low volume, low traded coin. We can take a look at the 1 hour, and we'll add the Ichimoku here. And obviously it's not going to be great because we already know what the trend is. So as we zoom in here, you can see that we are basically in a consolidation pattern between $3.20 and $3.07. And we are inside the cloud as far as price action. Lagging span is buried somewhere in the price action as well. And the conversion line is over baseline. But, as far as whether I'm bullish or bearish, I would say I'm fairly neutral. I think we're near the bottom, and I think sellers are exhausted. If we had a bad event that affected Bitcoin, I mean, we can dip down lower. We'll probably have a wick all the way down to the end of this demand zone, about $2.65, maybe wick back up. But again, I think Bitcoin is looking more bullish, and I think this is really the bottom of the chart when it comes to MAVIA for where we are right now, temporarily. So that's my analysis of a MAVIA. Again, it's hard to do a good analysis when we don't have enough price action. But I'm basically neutral in this coin until we can get some positive action on the rest of the crypto market. If you have any questions or want me to look at a different coin, please let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll look forward to your new requests. All right, thanks. Bye.